All right, we are live. Barstool Units, episode 17?
18, I believe.
18. All right, I'm back to not knowing it. Barstool Units, episode 18. I am Coach Doug's. With me, as always, the unit himself, Frank the Tank. Frank, how you doing?
The Mets are a total fucking nightmare. Total fucking nightmare. They can't fucking hit their way out of a paper fucking sack. Francisco Lindor might actually now be the worst hitting shortstop in baseball. Meanwhile, Ahmed Rosario is killing it in Cleveland. Everyone, once they leave the Mets, becomes Superman. Matt Harvey's back. Zach Wheeler's killing it. Steven Matz is killing it. The Mets can't hit. Michael Conforto can't hit. Kevin Pillar. The Mets are winless when Kevin Pillar plays. They started Almora on Sunday and then put Pillar back in on tonight. And, of course, once again, fail. The Mets are one for the last 97 runners in scoring position. It's a total fucking nightmare.
It's not looking good, huh?
They keep getting good pitching, but then they're pitching. It's just ridiculous. They just are they really they couldn't hit a little league team. They'd lose to a fucking team of 97-year-olds in wheelchairs at the way they're fucking hitting.
Yeah, I've been paying attention to it, obviously, because you're a big Mets fan and KFC and everyone and Clem. So I've been starting to pay attention to baseball more often. And yeah, I mean, it seems like DeGrom is the real deal, just a real possibly generational talent. And it's unfortunate that he's pitching so well and the team can't back him up.
It's like when Walter Johnson played for the Washington Senators.
That's exactly what I was going to say. How did that go with the Senators?
Many losing seasons, and then when he finally won one when he was like 40-something years old.
Well, hey, I know, I understand that feeling. Believe me, I keep track of what former Jaguar players win the Super Bowl each year. This past season, either way, no matter what team, there were prominent members on each team that were former Jaguars. Blaine Gabbert is now a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Leonard Fournette left Jacksonville, got cut by Jacksonville, goes down to Tampa Bay, signs. I should have bet on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win the Super Bowl right then and there.
Well, Matt Moore was on the Chiefs last year,
and he went to the Buccaneers.
No, he was on the Chiefs when they beat the 49ers.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, it's one of those things. Fred Taylor left. I believe he got his ring up in New England. Mark Brunell got his ring in New Orleans. Byron Leftwich got his first ring with Pittsburgh, and now he got his second ring with Tampa Bay last year. Byron Leftwich may be a head coach pretty soon. They've said he's pretty good. I mean, he seems to be working out.
Wouldn't surprise me, although I'm still waiting for Eric Bieniemy to get his chance.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot more sports left to play, a lot more game left.
Yeah, but the Mets season's already over. I mean, it honestly is totally hopeless.
Well, Frank,
they really are a hope.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, guy. Something did surprise me though. You tweeted out the other night. I stopped in my tracks. I had to see what exactly the play was. You had a positive tweet about the Mets a couple nights ago.
Yeah, well, they didn't play him. That guy doesn't ever play. Yeah, because he makes good plays, and Louis Rojas was upset that he did that because Louis Rojas says it's like giving at Christmas. It makes you feel good in your heart if you lose.
Frank, I can't. I mean, listen, as a Jaguars fan,
I mean, this manager literally loves to fucking lose. He loves it. He loves to fucking lose.
Have you? I mean, I haven't seen any. Does he talk to the press at all? I haven't seen any videos of anybody asking him any questions. That might just because I'm not paying attention to it too much. But I mean,
he has about the personality of cold soup.
So it's even when he's losing, like you can't tell if he's mad about it or not.
No, he's actually quite happy. He's satisfied. Yes, there's no accountability up in that dojo.
Yeah. Well, listen, hey, I mean, speaking of no accountability, I'm dealing, my NFL team, we have an owner that said outright he was going to act as the GM and then hired a GM. It's like, I don't know what.
Well, hopefully that's him realizing that trying to run a team is not a smart idea for an owner.
Well, I mean, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We've got to admire.
I mean, the Mets have scored 57 runs, the second worst team in baseball. Let me see.
Okay, so here we go. So here's some stats. This isn't just Frank being Frank and like twisting the knife in. This is like there's actual stats to show like
the second worst team in baseball that is scored like 85 runs, and the Mets have scored 57.
Oh, so the Mets are the worst.
Yeah.
And then there's about 30 runs in between you and second.
Yep.
Wow. I guess that's a pretty damning stat. I mean, yeah, if you can't hit, I mean, well, it's not even a problem about hitting, is it? Because they're being stranded on bases.
Yeah, Alex, what's 57 divided by 18?
57 divided by 18 is 3.1667.
They're scoring 3.1 runs per game.
Yeah, and you can't win like that.
No, you can't.
No.
I mean, they had one game where they allowed like 16 runs, and they've allowed 69 runs on the season.
Yeah.
You take that game out, and it's about even. That's why they're playing 500 baseball. I mean, their pitching's been good for the most part, but their hitting is just pathetic. It's putrid. It really. It's almost like you watch the Mets game. Mets got great pitching tonight. The bullpen was a sure delight. But here comes the lineup, and it's time to go. Feebly.
What do you think? Do you think the problem is the lineup, or do you think it's the people in the lineup? I mean, is it the order? Is it the players?
Well, Francisco Lindor is he's made his money, so now he's going to be about a 220. He's going to be a 120 hitter the rest of his career.
For the next 10 years?
Yep.
He's on a 10-year contract, right?
11. Yep. Michael Conforto, well, he fucking sucks. He doesn't start hitting until the team is been eliminated. Michael Conforto every year he bats like 240 until the July when the Mets are 20 games out, and then he'll bat even worse. Actually, he's actually about like a 200 hitter until July, and then after that he'll bat like 300 the last 2 months of the season when the Mets matter. When the games don't matter.
Yeah, that's that's unfortunate. So as a player, stats are okay, but never good for the team. Well, there's going to be a lot more games to be played. Obviously,
and a lot more games of just. I remember the Mets are going to go binary this year. They're going to go binary. It's going to be ones and zeros.
Yeah. Yeah. How many? What record do you predict right now for the Mets?
51 and 111.
That's not bad. 51 wins
and 111 losses.
Yeah.
And they're going to score 202 runs.
That's why they'll have 51 wins. That's not good. Well, I'm obviously back down here in Florida. Went up, stayed in New York for I feel like I was there a month and a half. And we almost found the perfect place. I'm telling you what, that 4 beds, 3 baths, had the deck, had the garage, had the backyard. That would have been real nice to get. It just didn't work out. But we're still looking. I'm on Zillow every day. There's no inventory. But as soon as we find the right place, and it's one of those things, Frank, I trust your judgment.
I really think I need to just go in and go talk to a realtor. I looked at a home online. called somebody, said that they'll show it to me, and then they called back and said, "Oh, they want an offer right now."
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that may be how it is. I mean, it's limited inventory.
I mean, I think it's really time to start looking at the townhouses. I'm even looking to try to buy.
Yeah. Well, I sent you that townhouse.
Yeah.
Is that a little too far north?
Might be on the edge of being a little too far north.
Yeah. I mean, those are nice townhouse.
I know I think there is a train that goes by there, but it's like a long train ride.
Yeah. Well, and that's the whole thing. I mean, I don't want to be too far out. I mean, we don't have to be in Secaucus or Weehawken or anything, or whatever that name of the city is. We don't have to be directly next to Manhattan, but I don't want to have to spend an hour every day commuting into the office. But the unit house is happening.
What famous historical event took place in Weehawken?
In Weehawken?
Yes.
I don't know what.
That's where Alexander Hamilton got shot by Aaron Burr.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, in New Jersey.
Yep. Weehawken.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know if they say that in the play or not. I've seen Hamilton on Disney Plus.
Well, they mentioned New Jersey, but it happened in Weehawken, which is right where the entrance to the Lincoln Tunnel is.
Yeah. So, well, we don't have to be right there or anything, but yeah, there were people online. When I first announced, they're like, hey, we looked for a month. I was living in a hotel, paying like $100 a night to stay in a hotel while I was up there. We looked for a month and we couldn't find anything. When I posted it, that tweet, it really was just to, let everybody know, hey, it didn't work out, and we were going to, just find apartments on our own. It wasn't to subtweet Dave. It was just trying to be open with everyone so that, I didn't want 2 months to pass by and then somebody ask about it and me go, oh yeah, I just got my own place and Frank got his own place. So I was just trying to be open, but everybody started tagging Dave, and that tweet, he reached out and said, what do you guys need? So he's going to help subsidize it. And so now it's just a matter of finding the place.
Well, yeah, we really need someone to help us.
Well, here's the thing.
It's not help us financially. I mean, help us.
No. Well, that's what I'm saying. So if the realtor that I had sending me stuff, after like 3 messages, after sending me 3 emails of things that just were not what we were looking for, she hasn't sent me anything in, a week or 2 weeks. The guy that I called about the first house that we were actually, that we were really looking at, when I called him, he answered the phone. Hello? I'm like, he's a realtor. He's a real estate agent. I'm calling him about a listing, and he just answers hello. And when I asked him about it, he said, oh, that's taken. I'm like, I don't know how you're an active real estate agent, working, and like, that's how you, anyway, whatever. That's me being a realtor in Florida, stepping in, like, that's not good business. But anyway, we're going to find a place. If you want to reach out, somebody reached out to us. He DM'd me after he DM'd you. I told him, I said, hey, listen, this is what we're looking for. If you can send me stuff. And he never replied. But if you want to reach out, if you have somebody, I've obviously, talked to a couple people at Barstool.
I'm genuinely surprised that we haven't had anyone that like came up to us and could like show us places. I'm just gonna have to find a real estate, and it's the last thing I wanted to do. I thought I could do this online, but these online places, these so-called Zillows, and especially apartments.com, they fucking suck.
Well, here's the thing. So I mean, in their defense, and in real estate agents' defense, we're renters. They make barely any money off of finding us a rental property. Well,
I'm even willing to buy. I've already said that.
Yeah. I know, but that's a recent.
I've inquired about 2 homes, and both of them, and then I had a guy asking me for all my tax returns for the past 5 years and W-2s.
Yeah.
I don't know who this fucking guy is. I'm not going to send that until I finally get a real estate agent that can tell me, yeah, this guy is trustworthy.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. So it's we either need to you either need to find an agent, and then have them reference you to a mortgage lender, or the other way around. If you have a mortgage lender, and then maybe they work with an agent, they can reference us or refer us to. But yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, again, this is based in Florida. I don't know how it works in New Jersey, but you deal with the mortgage broker with all the taxes stuff and the W-2s and all that. You don't just give that out to a real estate agent.
But I want the to have the real estate agent tell me I could trust this guy.
Yeah. Well, no, that's I mean, that's what we're talking about here. We're referring and everything. Well, we're going to work it out. I'm going to be down here in Florida, and again, I trust your judgment. So if there's a place up there, even I don't have to fly up there to see it. If it's a place that we find online or through a real estate agent, and you say it's good to go, it's good to go. And then as soon as we have it all, I'll move up there full time. But for now, I'm in Florida. We've got the draft coming up. The Jaguars are having a draft party at the stadium. My friend at Fanatics is hopefully going to be able to get me into there, into like the Fanatics part of it. But yeah, I'm excited for the draft coming up here in just a couple of days.
I went to a Devils draft party, and they announced that they made a big trade. They traded for PK Subban, and you saw what that led to.
Yeah. Well, that's the last draft party I was at. Oh man, I want to say it was like 2000 and maybe 2013. It was when we drafted Luke Jokel, like second overall or fourth overall, something like that.
Where is he now?
He was with Seattle a couple.
Where is he now?
Yeah, didn't pan out. I tell you what, our first round draft picks usually don't do well. We've had great second round draft picks. Maurice Jones-Drew, Rasheem Mathis. I'm sure I could think of a bunch of other ones, but Matt Jones. Remember Justin Blackmon?
Yep.
I think he played like 4 games. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know, but we'll see. I mean, who knows who we'll take first overall?
Well, everyone knows who's going first overall.
I'm pleasantly surprised that the number of blogs or articles out there saying like okay, the Jaguars are probably going to take Trevor Lawrence, but are they? Like that was just the most ridiculous. Obviously they need to make clicks and all that, but those have kind of passed away. Those kind of passed gotten down. But yeah, hopefully it'll be a good draft party and everything. I mean, who knows who we're going to take? I think 24th. I think we have as well. But who do you think? Who do you think your boys are taking?
Dolphins will go receiver, I believe.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get one of the guys from Bama, either Waddle or Smith.
Yeah. Now they've already done 2 trades. I heard the Patriots are trying to trade down as well. Have you heard that?
Probably.
Yeah.
They're so used to picking like 25th, so 25th or later, so they'll go down there and they'll get a couple assets. No team is better at finding those players in the second, third, fourth rounds.
Yeah,
that end up becoming like diamonds in the rough and becoming good players.
Yeah, I've been meaning to look up this information for a while now because I'm so interested in it because a lot of stock gets put into draft picks, and obviously, I mean, the more draft picks you have, the more opportunities you have to pick the right player. But it seems like half the first round is out of the NFL within a few years. You have busts, you have misses, you have people that just don't pan out. So I mean, but then you have second and third and fourth round players that have 10-year careers.
Well, look where Tom Brady was picked.
Yeah. Look where Gardner Minshew was picked. That's going to be the most. It's going to be bittersweet. Getting Trevor Lawrence and saying like, all right, hey, we got Trevor Lawrence. Possible generational talent, but then, I hope they keep Gardner Minshew.
But what's going to be interesting to see what the Niners do. The Niners, I don't think that know who they're going to pick yet.
Well, weren't they involved in a trade to like trade down?
No, they traded up to get. They traded up to get number 3. If they trade down, they really look stupid.
That's okay. That's what I'm saying. So that's when I think trade down. I think trade to a lower number. So you're saying okay, but yeah, that's my So trade up would be trade up because it's in ascending order, or descending, but you're ascending. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well, either way, it should be a good time. I'm down here in Florida. I think after the draft, I may head down to see a Rays game in Tampa Bay. Over the weekend. I was thinking about waiting until the Yankees play. The Yankees, when they play in Tampa Bay, I've never paid attention to it, but the tickets went from like $30 a game to see like the Astros playing to like $120.
Oh yeah, no. Don't you understand that the Yankees spring training home is in Tampa? Their games are on radio in Tampa. They're more popular in Tampa than the Rays are.
Yeah, I assumed they were in Miami. I did not realize it was the same for Tampa.
Yeah, the Mets get the tickets go up when the Mets go to Miami too, but not like that.
Yeah,
the Yankees second home is in Tampa.
Yeah, quite literally with spring training and all that.
Yeah,
but yeah, so I'll be heading down for a Rays game possibly over the weekend. Obviously, I'm going to hit up some mini golf while I'm down here. Haven't played around in a while.
Yeah, I was hoping to get mini golf in this weekend too.
Yeah,
I got to see if I can find someone to play with.
Yeah. Well, we'll find somebody for sure. But I figured, hey, while I'm down there in Tampa Bay, maybe I'll drive across the state. Possibly, go knock on Dave's door and see if I can hang out with him. Right. I mean, can you imagine me just like showing up like, hey, Dave, I was in the neighborhood. I don't even know where he lives. I just.
Blame it all on my boots. I showed up in boots and ruined your black tie affair.
It took him.
Last one to know, last one to show. I was the last one you thought I'd see there.
Oh, well, did you see his last pizza review?
No, I didn't.
He could not remember the tune to Friends in Low Places. For like a minute, he kept going friends and he kept trying to sing. He couldn't do it, or he finally remembered what it was. But yeah, he's doing pizza reviews down there, doing with no camera guy. He's just setting up a tripod. I'm like, I can go down there and film a few pizza reviews for him.
Oh, sure, did offer to do that.
I'm sure that'll go well. Hey, you never know.
Be the new Borelli.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you don't volunteer for that kind of thing because it's like you're jumping into danger. It's the same when people DM me and they go, "Hey, can you ask Dave about this?" I'm like, I've said hello to Dave like 4 times, and even that was like kind of pushing it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how everyone says, "Oh, ask Dave for this, ask Dave for this." Yeah.
Yeah,
how many people ask us, "Oh, can you get us a job? Can you get us a job?"
Yeah. Well, and that's something else. I mean,
and the sad thing is, you kind of wish you could help them, but you can't.
Yeah. Well, you've gotten a couple of messages about it. I think I've answered. I don't know. I get so many DMs now. I try and answer as many as I can, but they get overwhelming at times. But we get a lot of requests for, people to be interns. And it's just one of those things where the interns go through Barstool. Like Barstool hires the interns and then they get assigned to us. It's not something that, I don't think we need an intern, but even if we did, it would be something that Barstool assigns to us.
Well, I could certainly use an intern.
Yeah. Well, no, and you're pushing out content like all day. You've got, on this day, you're doing soda reviews, you're doing hot dog reviews. You're killing it right now.
There's one guy that DM'd me. I think he DM'd you too, called Big Country, who there's like doing like a mini golf tournament.
Oh yeah. I remember you responded to that one. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a group of guys that have like a golf tour, like where they go on, or it's a tournament of sorts. Yeah, we'll definitely have to talk to them and see if I know Jeff has mentioned other things. Kirk Minahan wants to play mini golf. So yeah, I think we're going to be doing not only a tournament where we go to different cities and whatnot, but I think there's enough people in the office that want to do a Barstool office mini golf tournament. So that'll be cool to do.
I mean, I want to go to basically do this tournament, play mini golf, and go raw dogging in every town we go to.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, listen, I'm along for the ride, Frank. I'm along for the ride.
I mean, look what I'm having. The episode drops tomorrow. It's a place I reviewed in Pittsburgh on the way down to Morgantown called Franctuary.
Yeah. I saw that. What a name.
Yeah, I think everyone's gonna love this review.
Yeah. What a name. And then you were obviously, we had Rough and Rowdy. It seemed to be pretty rough and rowdy. How was that?
Definitely was rowdy.
For sure. Well, that's you were raw dogging with the ring girls all night. That was, I mean, did they just set up like a George Foreman grill for you?
Yes, they did.
I mean, that's the dream, right? You're just hanging out, watching some amateur boxing, raw dogging with some ring girls. I mean,
yep. And Swoggle actually thought I was you.
Did he approach you?
Yeah, he thought it was. He says he was just that he was talking about. Goes, oh, yeah, he looked a little different today, and then he finally realized. I guess I told him, no, that's not him.
That's fantastic. That's perfect. Well, that's yeah. Swoggle, I interviewed him. When I was in Oshkosh, which was a great time. I definitely would like to go back to Wisconsin and visit sometime. But when I was there, I interviewed Swoggle, and he's a real nice guy. But when we were doing an interview,
he has the shots. That's what he does.
But I didn't know. I didn't. That's just me being an amateur about it. Or I don't want to say amateur, but a novice, I guess, whatever the word is, being new to it. I thought I was going to interview him, and it was going to be a nice little thing. And then he turned on me. He turned heel on me real quick, and I didn't expect it.
He's still got the WWE in him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's speaking of having something in you. I tell you what, while you were in West Virginia, on 421, they had me. Well, I mean, I volunteered to do it, but they had me on KFC's 421 episode, and I ate one of those cookies.
Rocky lullaby and good night.
I was so tired. That was like, everyone was like, "Oh, how was it?" And I'm like, I was just severely tired.
You know what was good? When I tried mine, I actually made sure. And by the way, in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just doing a saline solution on my little knee. It's still a little, it's healing. It's almost closed, but I got to make sure I keep it clean and change the bandage a couple times a day.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, it's. I had that Mountain Dew double caffeine Mountain Dew Rise.
Oh yeah.
So that helped counterbalance it.
Yeah, it was a fun experience, for sure. I don't know if I'll do it again or how often I will or what.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah, but it was just, I mean, I was genuinely, like, I didn't want to interrupt. They were talking, and I could understand what they were saying, like, half the time. Like, I could understand what they were saying, but it made no sense. Like, I could hear the words they were saying, but even in context, I had no idea.
Why?
No, that's what I'm saying. I could hear them as if they were talking normal, but it just didn't make any sense to me. And I had thank God they gave me some water. I've never felt that before. My entire mouth was dry, and yeah. So I don't know. It was definitely an experience. I don't know how often I'll do it again, or if I'll do it again. But yeah, it was wild. And then somebody on Twitter told me it was a 2-hour show. I thought for sure it was a 1-hour show. I don't know. I had no concept of time. I was just passed out in the chair. passed out in the chair. I was passed out like that guy in Rough and Rowdy, who basically just leaned on the ring after his match.
I tell you, doing the it was fun doing the weigh-in part. That was fun.
Yeah. I saw you stepping in there, making sure nobody got in a fight.
Yep.
Well, we've got I'm telling you.
And then let me tell you, there was one boxer that had or I should say, breath that could peel the paint off of a car automobile.
Yeah. It was. Did he win?
He did not win his match.
Oh, gotcha. I was gonna say that might be a little secret weapon he's got.
No, he did not win.
Well, you're a gentleman, so we'll leave it at that. I'm sure you won't tell, but we've got a lot of stuff planned. I'm telling you what. I mean, even though I'm not in New York, I'll be in Florida until we find a place. Any chance you're coming down before we find a place?
I'll think about it.
You'll think about it. All right. Hey, got a lot down here. I mean, Florida. I mean, we're not Texas, but we're pretty open.
I'll think about it. I mean, I'll see what's going on in Florida in the next few weeks.
Yeah. We're open. We've got mini golf. We've got plenty of hot dog places. And actually, I don't know we might not have too many hot dog places. But, yeah, I mean, sports are back. I feel like it's things are finally starting to open up. And there's, with the unit house included, there's so much stuff we're going to be doing in the next.
You talked about the Mets and Yankees. How about the Mets and Rays? How about the Mets go to Tampa?
When do they do that?
May 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Come on down, Frank.
That might be tempting.
Come on down. That's it's like 2 weeks away. Plenty of time to plan it.
That might be tempting. Let me see what I could do with in terms of home searches.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, we don't want to miss a chance of getting something because we're down here. But
yeah. And the Mets have another week where they have 2 off days. It's ridiculous how many off days the Mets have had.
Yeah,
and then they're going to play like 50 straight games.
Yeah. And they're all going to be double headers.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, hey, let's leave it on a good note there. Frank maybe coming down to Tampa. Can you imagine Tank takes Tampa? Like that's a boom right there. The units in Tampa.
Yeah. What will I do? I hit Jacksonville and then.
Yeah. You could fly into. Well, I mean, yes. I mean, there's plenty. I mean, Tampa's only like 4 hours away, so you could fly into Jacksonville. We can go. I can drive us down. I can meet you down in Tampa. We can, stay down there.
Find a place to raw dog in between.
Oh yeah. You're going through the middle of the state. There's plenty of places in Orlando and elsewhere. So we got 2 weeks to plan. It sounds like this might happen, but even if it doesn't, we've got a whole bunch of other stuff planned. The unit house is happening. We just have to find the house first. But yeah, sports. Frank, you're going to be raw dog, and you're going to be doing your soda test reviews. I mean, I feel like we're finally back, and there's just so much opportunity for us. I'm going duck hunting with Sydney and Donnie later on in the year. It's just I'm happy. Everything's starting to open up, and I'm really excited for it. Well, that's been Barstool Units episode 18.
Well, 18. Just think the only thing is if you stayed around, you could have participated in the cornhole tournament.
Yeah, I was upset about that. Yeah, Hank text messaged me, and I was legitimately like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I couldn't afford, staying in a hotel for, $100 a day. But now I'm back in Florida.
It's too bad you just couldn't find another place there that was cheaper.
Yeah, well, I mean, even I found places that were cheaper, but they were, $75, $70. But I mean, when you include the taxes and everything, it all adds up.
And New York loves their taxes.
Yeah. Well, I heard somebody told me when I was golfing for the Labatt Blue games, the Good Beer games, that somebody mentioned that they were starting to tax gyms. There's going to be like a 4% increase a tax for just it's like, first they tax the soda because you're not being healthy by drinking soda, and now they're taxing the gyms, and it's like they're taxing you for being healthy.
And yet in Florida, they're always they have enough money to fix the roads, and everything runs on a budget, and every budget, and it looks like their budget's right. Yet up here, they don't have any money to do shit.
It's wild. It's wild, and it's one of those things. It's as the people that pay taxes leave because they don't want to pay that money anymore. As they come to places like Texas and Florida, it's only going to get worse. But hey, what are you going to do?
Well, you could go on Saturday Night Live and whine that Elon Musk is hosting, and that he's too rich, and that his money is destroying the world.
Yeah, well, Dave and him had a little back and forth about Bitcoin buying and selling. That was pretty fun to watch. But it's come on down to Florida. We'll be here, even if you don't come down before we get the house. I've got the place here in Jacksonville. I'm going to hold on to it, and so we'll be making trips to outside of the New Jersey, New York area, and Florida will definitely be on that trip plan for sure.
Well,
but all right,
let me start looking for that weekend. What was that? The
14th, I believe.
14th, 15th, and 16th.
Come on down, Frank.
I might have to do
takes
that.
over Tampa. I'm telling you what, it's I'll be your chauffeur. I'll drive you around. You can either come to Jacksonville first, and I'll drive down, or I can meet you down there. I've still got my Tahoe. We'll go around. We'll try some sodas. We'll try some hot dogs.
You have a Tahoe?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Listen,
what year Tahoe?
I think 2011.
I had a 1998 Tahoe that I had until 2019.
Yeah. That's when I bought mine, just right around the time. Hey, Tahoe's maybe the unit vehicle.
It got rusted out.
Yeah,
and I drove around with no heat for a while.
Yeah.
That was pure hell. Whoops.
You don't have to worry about that in Florida. It won't rust out, and you don't have to worry about the heat. All right. Well, I'm excited, Frank. It sounds like we might have you down in Florida real soon. I'll keep up with you on that. I think that would be a fun time. The units in Tampa, raw dogging and watching baseball. I mean, it's Mets versus the Rays. That sounds like a great time, Frank.
I mean, let me just see what this is. Hold on.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. But all right, let's go and wrap it up. That's what Barstool Units episode 18. Frank, take us out.
The Mets can't hit worth the shit. It really is a nightmare. This is really sucking. And their manager doesn't care or give a fucking.
That sounds about right. Well, you can complain about them in person when the Mets play the Rays in just a couple of weeks. Hopefully that pans out. If not, still got a lot more stuff planned. But let's hope that works out. That's Barstool Units. See you next time.
All right. See you later.